Hello everyone, today we paint Bruise Pain for Ork-tober. We will start from the skin, which will be painted with sky grey. As this is a small model, we will start from the deepest layer and proceed to the upper ones. This way, we can avoid costly mistakes and save time. As the grey is too bright for skin, we will darken it with a layer of Nuln oil. Even if you went with something slightly darker like grey sear or Eshin grey, the Nuln oil is needed. After the shade has dried, we will apply once more sky grey to the raised muscles, which the light hits. Also, apply one layer around the face. Mixing 1:1 sky grey and Ulthuan grey, we will apply a second highlight to all areas we just highlighted. We will finish the skin by adding details of Ulthuan grey here and there. Target the areas that the light hits directly. Our next step is the mouth. With Screamer Pink, we shall paint the tongue and the inside of the mouth. As long as you avoid painting over the skin, there is no problem on what you paint with that color. With the tongue done, we will move to the teeth. Our boy has many, and they all look healthy. We will therefore use wraith bone and apply a couple of layers on each tooth. Then, 1 part pallid witch flesh will be added to our wraith bone, so the mix is roughly 50-50. With the mix, we will highlight the outer part of each tooth. Afterwards, with pure pallid witch flesh, we will add details on the teeth, which the light hits the most. Moving from high to low, with Black Templar, we will paint the pants. Although it is not a mistake, try not to paint over the metals of the boots and sheens. Mixing Abaddon Black and Vallejo's Metal Medium in 2:1. We will paint all metal armor parts around the boy. Those are the boots, arm guards and helmet. The 2:1 ratio is because all paints mixed with metal medium becomes lighter, and we want to keep the black instead of painting it with a glittery grey. At this point, Bruce looks more like the boy who laughs rather than the dark boy. However, we will continue working on him. With Eshin grey, we will highlight the pants. Feel free to mix the paints we used to highlight the pants with metal medium and highlight the armor. I haven't done so since I did not think about it at that time. With just a bit of Dawnstone, we will add a second highlight on the pants over the same areas as the previous step, but covering only 50% of those. Like all boys, ours also need a great utility belt. Using Averland Sunset, we will give his utility belt a nice base. Be as careful as you can and fix any mistakes immediately. Making a mix of Averland Sunset and Flask Yellow in a roughly 50-50 consistency, we will highlight the utility belt. Mainly target the 2 front pouches and the space between them. Afterwards, with just Flask Yellow, we will edge highlight the 2 front pouches. You can do more than the 2 front pouches, however, those are the mandatory areas. 2 of the 3 grenades will be based with Death World Forest. You can make all 3 of them if you desire. I wanted to have a different color as a small grenade in order to show how prepared my boy is. All green grenades will take a bath in Coelia green shade. Do be careful not to overshade and it spills over the areas we finished. If it does happen, use a lightly damp brush and remove as much of the shade as possible from the affected areas. Once the shade is fully dry, we will mix Elysian Green with Deathworld Forest at a 1:1 consistency. With the mid-tone, we will add highlights over the grenades. Avoid painting too close to the edges. At the center of the highlights done in the previous step, we will add details of Elysian Green. If you, like me, wanted to have a different grenade on the belt, you can paint one of them with corn red. This signifies that it is either a smoke or incendiary grenade. Then, on the front part, we will add a small highlight of Mephiston red. What follows is details of Evil Sun Scarlet over the highlight. The pins and otherwise metallic parts of those grenades will be painted with lead belcher. Use a thin brush to easily reach said parts without worrying for mistakes. While at it, we can use the same color to paint the butt chain at the chest level. As all metal that respects itself, so will the butt chain and grenade pins take a bath in Nuln oil. I did forget to highlight the chain until way later, so you see a bit more of the boy painted now. Use lead belcher once the shade dries off to highlight the chain and the bat. The leather parts of the arm guards will be painted with Rhinox hide. Optionally, we shall create a mix of equal parts Rhinox hide and Dumble brown and apply pre-shade highlights over the leather. Afterwards, we will shade the leather straps with Agrax Earth Shade. Whether you did the pre-shade or not, we will use the mix described in the optional step to apply highlights after we verify the shade has dried. Then, only with Dumble brown, we will add details on the leather straps. I didn't want to make the legally distinct batarangs pure black. I made a mix of German grey and Abaddon black. The mix is eyeballed as 1:2 as ratio. In hindsight, it is better to make the mix 1:1. In any case, feel free to make them black or follow my color. The batarangs will be highlighted with German grey. On the camera, highlights are not visible as the mix was a bit closer to German grey than Abaddon black. They are there though, you can trust me, I'm an engineer. Now, the time you all waited for, the cape. Before we move to the paint itself, now is the best time to fix any mistakes that happen on the cape. We need it to be a solid color in order to avoid discrepancies with the contrast made. Pause the video and apply a color that is close to the primer or paint the whole cape grey. Alright, once more I avoided painting pure black. I made a mix of 3 parts Leviathan blue and 1 part of Black Templar. The result was a dark blue contrast that was amazing over grey primer. Carefully dry brush Dark Reaper over the dry contrast on the cape. Both the front and back can be dry brushed. Afterwards, using the same dry brush without dipping it into water, load it with Thunderhawk blue. We will lightly go over the same areas. To blend the colors together and give a more bluish hue to the cape, we will use Drakenhof Nightshade. The gloves will be painted with Rune Fang Steel. Do be careful not to make mistakes as they are costly at this time. Subsequently, we will shade them with Nuln oil. There is no need to highlight the gloves, however, you may do so if you feel like it. Penultimate step for this tutorial, with any white or light grey, we shall paint the goggle lens. I had Ulthuan Grey handy, so I used that. Feel free to use any other light color. Finally, we will use Mephiston Red and paint over the lens, giving our dark boy a menacing look. The result should look like this. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button and of course subscribe for more awesome tutorials. All colors used in this video are on your screen now. I was MiniatureUrsus. Thanks for watching. Happy Halloween, and I will see you on the next one.